Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Arden here, and I'm back with another audio install. This one is a fairly big one. I got a lot to do, so let's show you what we got here. We have a 2013, I believe. It's either 13 or 14 F-150. Today, customer is wanting a new head unit installed. He wants me to wire up, like hardwire in the radar detector, which I've never done, so that's going to be new to me. All new door speakers and all the doors, as well as rewire this amp and put in a Sony sub. So let me show you what all we got here. So we'll start left to right here. So right here we got the radar detector, Rodenzo. I've never used one. I don't even know how they work, so that's going to be new to me. We got a backup camera here. It's actually integrated into the tailgate handle, so that's pretty cool. I actually like that a lot better. I've never installed one, so we'll see how that goes. Here's the head unit. It is a Jensen touchscreen, so that's that. Here's the 4-door speakers. We got 2 pairs here, 6x8s. And then we got the Sony sub. I'm wondering if this is an actual like powered sub by itself, because it says active subwoofer. So I'm wondering if this actually has like the amp integrated into this thing. So I don't know, we'll see. And then this is the dash kit, because you know these F-150s, the AC controls and all of that is all on the same, I guess, unit, you could say, the same piece. So you have to have like an adapter type things, so it has like a little screen for your AC controls and stuff. I've never installed one of these either, so we'll see how that is too. But not 100% what I'm going to get started with first. I'm thinking I'm going to do the backup camera first, just because it's, you know, it's very time consuming. You got to run all the wires to the front and all that good stuff. So let's get started. Okay, so we're back here at the tailgate. As you can see, I've got it out. Here's the original one. So I believe we're going to have to take out the lock mechanism here. Pretty much this is super. I was going to say easy. I was going to say simple and easy, but there's literally just 2 bolts, and you just kind of have to wiggle it out. So that's that. So if we look at our one with the camera here, really not any differences, honestly. Still got 2 bolt holes. There's a couple little pins that go in these holes on the side, that little notch in here. Then that's pretty much it. You just undo the bolts and stick her in. So I'm going to switch this lock over to this new one, and then we'll throw her in. New one is mounted up. Actually super easy. The little lock mechanism, all there is there's this little clip that slides in here like this. You just pull that out, literally it slides out, and same thing, putting it in. But yeah, this is all mounted up. I'm gonna see how I need to run the wires for this thing. Okay, time to get an update. So here it is mounted. Looks pretty good. I actually like this a lot better than like a backup camera, like down here and stuff like that. It mounts the license plate or like a surface mount or something. But I've got the wires run down the tailgate through that hole right there, and then it's running down. I've got it wired into the reverse light in here, and then it's also grounded to the body. So I've got everything ran to in here. So what I did was just popped out this big grommet right here with all this wire and just ran it through. I'm getting ready to put that back in, the grommet back in. And then I'm gonna leave it like this for now until I get the radio out, so that I can, you know, see my hole and grab it and stuff like that. So I'm gonna leave it like this for now. I'm gonna put that grommet back, and then I wanna say I'm gonna start on the speakers and just go ahead and have those done and over with. So then all I'll have to do is get that sub in, and then the radio, and then it should be done and dusted. And then the radar detector, I forgot about that. And yeah, we're good to go. All right, giving you an update. So door panel's off. That was, I don't know, I was getting frustrated with it, but I'm on the back door. Obviously, you can see the front, but there's a little trim piece. That big long piece right there goes right here. That needs to come off. There's a screw that goes in here. Next, there's a little panel that comes off here and then goes in there. There's a screw that goes in there. You do need to unscrew the little lock mechanism, the little knob that goes on the top, and then there's 2 screws on the bottom. Lift up on the door panel, and then I've already got this speaker out, as you can tell. Unplug it. I just kind of move the door panels to the side because sometimes the little door handle mechanism thing is hard to get off and on. So I've got that out. I'm ready to slide a new speaker in, so I'll update you once that's in. The first speaker is in. These things sound amazing, actually. I've never really heard of this brand, Serwin Vega, but they sound really good. So I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna put this door panel back on, and then we'll move to the other rear door. Probably won't film any of that just because it's the same process as this side. So an update with the door panel. I finally got it on. It took me a while. This is the hardest thing of the whole part, because the thing that this screws into just like flops around and you can't get it right. So I had to like put half the door panel on and squeeze my hand back there to try to get it lined up, and it was a pain in the butt. I can probably do the next one easier, but just wanted to warn people about that. That is hard to get back on. Here's the final speaker. Went ahead and did the front speakers. It's pretty much the exact same thing. I'm pretty sure the only difference is there's a bolt inside here. Once you get that cover off, and that's pretty much the only difference. But there's the final speaker in. I'm gonna get this door panel on. Then I believe we're gonna work on the radio. That way we can get backup camera and then eventually that sub hooked up. So yeah, we're gonna get started on that. We're actually gonna do this sub right here next. So I'm gonna unbox this and see what the deal is with this thing, see what it looks like and stuff. Let's see. I don't know if I showed this or not. He does have a kicker. Looks like an amp. No, it's actually got a speaker in it. Oh, okay. I think they call these like hideaway speakers or something like that. But he asked me to actually, because this is the power and the ground for it. Not sure why it's in with the cigarette lighter, but whatever. So I'm gonna actually, wire that in properly to like the battery and stuff, and then scoot that over. So and then actually bolt it down, because really it's just laying here. So I'm gonna get started with probably that, and then we'll work on that other speaker. Okay, we got this Sony unboxed, and this thing is very, very nice. It's super hefty, but it looks like it comes with the the powered sub. This is a like volume knob. He asked me not to put this on because they're not that great and stuff. This looks like a bunch of wiring harness and stuff like that. We'll look into that and see how all that goes in. Not 100% what this is. This may be like a mounting bracket for that little knob. And then I can't quite see what this is. So we'll get her all figured out and then start putting this in. I may just go ahead and start getting that kicker all situated and moved over and stuff, and then we'll be good to go with that. Okay, to give an update here. So I took that one out because obviously I said I need to rewire it and stuff like that. But this is the wiring harness for the Sony one. Pretty much you got a power ground, a positive and negative speaker terminals. You got 4 of those, so 2 positive, 2 negatives, and then a remote turn on, which is the blue one. Same deal over there with the kicker. It has the exact same thing. This one looks like a big mess because the wires are like super long on this harness. But pretty much what I'm going to do is wire this one into the kicker harness, and then run the power and ground from the cigarette lighter up to battery and ground and stuff like that. So that'll make it a lot easier instead of having to run these wires back up to the front when that's already done with that one. So I'm going to get started with that. I'm trying to make it all nice and neat and hidden because he's, you know, it doesn't look the neatest coming out of the carpet like that. But pretty much what I'm going to do the same exact thing that is, except I'm going to move the speaker over top of the wires so they're completely like hidden until you see the plug. So I'm going to do the same on this side, kind of match it up and make them, you know, symmetrical and all that good stuff. So I'm going to get started. It is probably not going to be the most fun thing trying to get that over there, but we're going to do it anyway. So let's do it. Okay, so I've got pretty much everything wired up. So I've got the harness for the Sony coming out right there, and then here's a harness for the kicker. Let's see, where's the end of it? Right here. So the only thing I'm concerned with is, so your blue wire is your remote turn on here, and then this is the one for the Sony. When I looked under the carpet, it looked like they had wired this one just into the power cable underneath. So I'm wondering if I'm going to have to wire this one into this wire and then wire it up to the new head unit, because when you are working with a factory system, if you just do it into the power, I believe it will turn on, because your factory system does not have a turn on wire. So I believe that's what I'm going to have to do, because if not, I believe it will just be on all the time. So I'm going to have to figure that out. But I think I'm going to be on hold right here until I get to the new head unit. So I'm going to go ahead and start doing that, and then we can get all this buttoned up. Okay, so I've got my power wire ran all the way to the front. I just need to connect these two, and then I need to figure out that turn on wire. But before I do that, I'm going to actually install the radio and get all that put together, and then we can figure out that turn on wire thing, because I don't know, we just got to figure that out. So yeah, that's not going to be fun, but we'll figure it out. This install is going to take me a lot longer than I thought it would, but pretty much I've got everything out, and pretty much the whole dash has to come apart in order to get this thing out. So you have to take apart, take off the like surround around the gauges, airbag has to pop out to get this side panel, and then the other side panel, the same thing, to come out. And then you get the face off like this, because there's four screws that takes that off. Then once you get to there, there's 8 bolts holding in the monitor and the radio itself. And then there's a Phillips head that goes into the back, right back there. And then you unplug it all. So this is going to take me a lot longer than I thought it would. It took me forever just to get to this point. So we're going to look at the dash kit and everything like that. I need to look at these plugs, see which ones plug in where and such, and just figure it all out. Okay, it's been a little bit since I filmed, so here's the dash piece. I've got everything wired up to the radio. It's plugged in. I think I'm gonna get the backup camera wire and feed it up here so I can check to see if that works properly, and get it all in there. And then I'll need to run that remote turn on wire for the subs up to the front, and then I should be good. So I'm gonna get this plugged in and run that up here and make sure everything works, and I'll show you all that. Okay, so I want to apologize, I haven't filmed much of this. It's been a freaking ride. So I had it all back together exactly like this. As you can see, it looks great. But first thing was there's a little gap in between here. So I was going to pull it off and adjust it. Well, when I pulled it off and adjusted, every single clip in this panel fell off and fell down into the dash. So I had to fish those out. Next thing, the backup camera wasn't working for whatever reason. Then I realized I didn't hook up the power in the back for the like the trigger wire. So I had to go do that. Finally, I got it all back together, and it's working great. I've also already got these done and mounted. I apologize I did not film much. I've officially been here almost 12 hours working on this thing. I did not think it was going to take this long, but I didn't know you had to take off the whole dash, and this was going to be a pain in the butt, and the freaking camera wasn't working and all that stuff. So, but it's all good and working. Turn it on, it says nice skosh. Like I said, you have your AC controls up top, and the nice Jensen radio. But yeah, it's all working good. You can probably hear the audio, but I'm gonna get all this back together, then I'll kind of show you all of this. Okay, everything is back together. Sorry if you hear the Super Bowl going on in the background, but sorry, my light's in the video, but there it is. It's all together. Now I just got to do the radar detector and then I'm good to go. It's been a freaking process, but yeah, the airbag was a pain in the butt to get back in. For some reason the bolts weren't starting and I couldn't get it lined up properly, but finally it's in there and good and tight, so it's safe. Okay, he told me to hardwire this kit in. He said there was a hardwiring kit in it, but I don't see one. So I messaged him and he said if there's not one, just don't worry about it, we'll do it later. So I guess we'll just leave that be. I'm gonna box it back up. But I'm gonna show you the finished product here. This has been a process. I have been here officially 12 hours, but we got new door speakers in. We got 2 new subs. That one's wired in correctly. And then 1 new sub here. They sound really good. We got a tailgate handle mounted backup camera, which I actually really like. That's so much better than just a little like license plate mount and stuff like that. And then we got a new radio. I'm sorry you can see my fingerprints with the AC controls with the Scosche kit here. So I'm gonna turn it on. I'm sure I'm gonna get a copyright claim for whatever decides to play. Oh, I forgot to put the battery cable back on. I'll be back. Okay, now let's try this again. I got the battery hooked up. Nice little Scosche. I actually really like that. That looks awesome. I think my only complaint with this head unit is it does take a second to boot up.
As they go for the gold,
But
you want to catch all the action anywhere with Xfinity Internet and mobile. You want to watch Nathan Chenland gravity-defying, mind-bending, jaw-dropping jumps at home with a reliable connection, even when everyone's online. You want to watch Jamie Anderson nail high-flying, mind-blowing 720 spinning tricks on the go. Nationwide 5G on the most reliable network. You want to experience every what just happened, can't believe my eyes, wow, this is awesome moment. Wherever you are, you want Xfinity Internet and mobile together.
sounds really good. And then put her in reverse, and there's the backup camera. But she is all ready to go. But I appreciate y'all watching this video. That install took me absolutely freaking forever. I was not anticipating that to take that long. I actually thought it was going to take like maybe 6 hours or something, but I've officially been here 12 hours. So, but yeah, I'm gonna finish this video off here. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you next time.